to fill in. Kind of waiting for folks to fill in. I can't wait till we get to that point where I'm just like, we're gonna wait for folks to fill in before we even get to talk. That's gonna be hard. But that's hard right there. I be looking at some pods and they be on there. I'm like, y'all niggas lucky. But don't worry about that. We on the way.
Let's say we gonna be
Um,
we gonna be there real soon.
I'm telling you, we on the way. Uh, we flooding the algorithm, which is what you gotta do, bro. Uh, oh, this is technically not our first pod after Mania. We did one directly after Mania. Um,
we didn't review as much as
right.
we wanted to. 'Cause that shit was low key. I mean, as much as it was like hella commercials, it was low key nonstop.
No cap. It was definitely nonstop. It was a good episode though. Good episode. And with that
Okay.
being said, I got everything set up. So everybody, welcome to Restless Wrestling again with T and P, P and T. T is on my left, but on your screen, I might be on your left and he might be in your right. We don't know. We don't know. But without that being said, or with that being said, where my bell at? I feel like I ain't run the bell in a minute. This is a new season. This technically should be the new season of us as
Mm,
well because it's the new
mm.
wrestling season. So welcome to season 2 of wrestling. Damn, that's a tongue twister. How the hell we do that all the time? Um, let me see what this bell is. Starting starting our new season, Rick. I'm excited, man. So today we got some stuff cracking and bracking. We got a new U.S. Women's United States champion. We got an official challenge between Randy Orton and John Cena. Aleister Black returned. We have maybe the match of the year that happened on SmackDown last night. We have some feuds that are continuing. We got Evolution starting. We have, man, we have uncertain alliances on the brink. We have a man that has gone rogue. It's a lot that has happened over this
Some
week.
goats goading.
Some goats goading. We got, I don't even know at this point. It was a lot of wrestling at this time.
It really was. It's
We got some
a lot of
vacations.
stuff
We
going on.
got Cody on vacation. Bianca's going on vacation, or Bianca's nursing her hand. Now, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure she did break her finger, but so we won't
Mm.
be seeing Bianca. We won't be seeing Cody. We won't be seeing. I feel like there's somebody else we ain't seeing.
So they say Gunther was on vacation too.
Gunther is going on vacation as well. Yeah, indefinite suspension, which is a cool way to write him off TV. You got him
Yep.
losing to Jay, you make him back into a badass, and you take him off TV.
Yep.
Way to go, Triple H.
Yep.
I'll fuck with that. We were concerned about that, and y'all
Yep.
rectified it pretty quickly. So, first things. Ouch, I just stubbed my toe. First things first. Let's hop over on to. Let's go ahead and give our brief Mania reviews, which we already kind of did before the pod last week. Um, Now that it is set in stone, we've seen the aftermath of what happened at Mania with Raw and SmackDown. So let's go back to Mania and let's ask ourselves: was all the decisions correct at Mania?
Decisions, sure. The way they got there, not necessarily. Um, as the week has gone by, we've heard more news regarding the night two main event of John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, apparently, at one point it was going to be Cody turning heel, and then they changed it to John. Rock wasn't involved, then Rock was involved. All this other stuff. Um, I think that just mucked it up. Honestly, I think it could have gone a lot better had all of those factors not really gone into it. Like Cena could have turned at Mania, had the big moment there. Uh, I don't know. There was just different ways they could have gone about it, but for the most part, outside of like, I guess like in the moment, I'm still kind of pissed about it, just the thought of it. But like AJ losing to Logan, I guess opens up a door for something else between him, Karrion Cross, then potentially having a rematch. But I would say for the most part, the decisions in terms of like booking all made sense. I think the only ones that we really didn't um, see coming was probably Ariel Grande Americano winning and then
Right.
Naomi losing. But once Naomi lost, I think we figured like that's the easiest way to get them to a second match rather than Jay losing and then Jay trying to get her get back. So it made sense that way. Io winning, probably Io and Dom winning were probably the highlights of the weekend, or at least of Mania weekend. Um, Tiffany winning made sense in my opinion. New Day winning, although it wasn't the most entertaining match in the world, I think that one made sense as well.
Right.
Um, then obviously Jay going over and beating Gunther. Still don't really agree with the tap out just because the match wasn't like super grueling, like they tried to make it seem like it was. Um, but I think there was a little bit of shock factor, or they were trying to go for a little bit of shock factor there with Gunther tapping. I remember they're trying to tell a story of like, when Gunther goes too far, um, the guys that are trying to come after him take it to another level. I don't really know. But for the most part, I think the decisions were good. I just don't think everything meshed together as well as it could have in terms of like what shows were on what night or what matches were on what night, and then specifically the main event Sunday night because the main event Saturday night was great,
Right.
like one of the best main events in wrestling history. So it was just like the drop down from that one to that one. But again, people are saying like, oh, this is what John Cena wanted, which cool, but at the same time, no, like like I
Right.
don't think he went out to like make it that like make it look like that. I really don't. I think some things didn't happen, and that threw a wrench into their plans, and then
Right.
they just had to go from there.
Which happens often. They have there's a wrench, and that's a lot of things people don't understand about WWE, bro. There's always gonna be something that throws a wrench in the plans eventually. Like stuff comes up all the time, and the show must go on. So sometimes we get clipped with that. Sometimes we get better results than we thought. Unfortunately, Mania, one of those things had to happen. Like The Rock threw a wrench in
Yeah.
there. The Rock said, "I'm not gonna be there." Obviously, he went on Pat McAfee's show after that, which starts the "I'm not feeling it" part. Actually, matter of fact,
Mm.
Reek,
I'm not feeling
let's
it.
just get into this because it's been a little minute. Maybe a season was going crazy, so we strayed away from the "I'm not feeling it." But since it's season 2, I'm coming back with "I'm not feeling it," and I gotta go with Dwayne first and foremost because, dog, there's no way you thought that the story didn't need the final boss when the final boss is the reason why we here with the story. The fuck kind of sense does that make, bro? I just need to know, like, what kind of sense does that make? I just wanted John Cena and The Rock, or John Cena and Cody Rhodes to have their own moment. They didn't. Travis Scott came out. If you really wanted them to have their own moment, you would have left Travis Scott in the bank. You would have left Travis Scott in the back, and you would have let them go mano a mano, and you would have had Cena just do some real villain shit. But instead, you saw the backlash on Twitter, Instagram, probably TikTok. Immediately called your PR team and said, "We need to wrap this up. They need to hear what I got to say." But we don't care what you got to say. We just wanted you to show up. You could have showed up and sat in the corner and could have just pointed at shit that you wanted done, and we'd have been like, "Oh shit, the Raw really got all this shit on the wraps." But you ain't even do that, bro. All you had to do was put your foot in the door, bro. Stone Cold showed up, and you know he not showing up without a bag. Stone Cold showed up, telling me you are a part owner of the company. You ain't even show up. How much disrespect do you gotta tell me? That tells me you don't give a fuck about the business, really, about the brand, about nothing, right? Because you ain't even show up to the biggest show of the year. That's like Patrick Mahomes dragging the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, and then the Super Bowl come. Matter of fact, whenever they played the Eagles, he played all playoff games, and then the Super Bowl would have been like, my ankle hurt too bad. I'm good. Nigga, this the biggest game of the year. Suit up. You got months to chill. If The Rock would have showed up to WrestleMania and then been like, "I'm not gonna be back to SummerSlam," I'd have been like, "Okay, cool," because my favorite wrestler do it every year. So I'd have been like, "Okay, cool, fine. I don't care. Just be there." That's the thing I can say about Roman. Roman don't be there, but when the heat of Mania is picking up, that motherfucker gonna be there. He gonna be there. Simple. That's all I'm asking for. If you're gonna be a part timer, just be there in the most important part of the year. That's all I care about. We can feel Backlash to SummerSlam easily. We got plenty of talent for that. Matter of fact, I don't even want to see no part timer do that part because I want to see some. I want to see some stories. I want to see the call ups get shine. But once we get towards that Mania season, yeah, it's lit. But you have to be there. I'm just not feeling it, bro. And I'm not feeling Pat McAfee either right now because Pat's supposed to be on there. This is your show, bro. You want no ESPN? You was on YouTube. Grill him, bro. Be a journalist. Grill him. Well, why didn't you show up? Did you not think it was important to show up? Like, ask these questions, bro. Like, even when he had, I mean, I know it's different. Like, you can't really dig into the kayfabe bag whenever you're, I guess you're doing the ESPN part of it. But when you on YouTube, bro, drill them, bro. Stop having a WWE guest on ESPN. Have them on your YouTube portion, bro. Please. You didn't ask that man no questions, bro. You was lucky, like, encouraging that nigga. Which is weird. Because, like, bro.
That's what you do.
We don't care. Because, Pat, you really a part-timer, too, in this shit. Like, you there. But when college football come around, you're gone. So, like, bro, you know how that make us feel. You should know how that make us feel. I mean, you can't even, like, you can't really not allow it because the motherfucker's in TKO. But, come on, bro. There has to be somebody that says something. Like, bro, we're not writing, like, if it's me, I'm just going to tell him straight up, bro, like, yeah, creative can't, we can't write it, bro, unless we know you're going to be here. Because there's no way. Now you got us looking stupid. On top of a dead-ass crowd. We're not even going to talk about that. That's my second not feeling it. Reek, you have anything you're not feeling?
I would just double back on that with, like, I've been saying since Bad Blood, like, we don't need The Rock to be here. We're not asking for The Rock to be here because we want to see The Rock. We are asking for him to be here because he put himself in the storyline. He
Right.
made himself a huge part of the story by coming out. Like I said, I don't remember if this was Raw or if this was Sunday night. But he came out, or maybe I think I was talking to my parents about this. But I was like, he came out in January of 24 and was like, I want to sit at the head of the table. Now, let's just be honest. This match should have already happened by that point. He knew the Cody story was still going. He threw his name out there, knew that his name would be bigger than Cody's, and basically put Triple H in a corner and was like, which one are you going to pick? He picks The Rock. The crowd goes against it. Then Rock is like, oh, never mind. Let's go Cody Rock or Cody Roman. But I'm still going to put myself in a tag team match the night before. Okay, that match happens. Craziest ending to a match at WrestleMania ever. Right? Then that following Monday, the next night, we have Cody out there talking. Rock comes out. Basically tells him he's coming for the title.
Right.
Doesn't show up again until Bad Blood.
Right.
Does this to Roman, Jimmy, Cody. Says 3. Doesn't show up again until Netflix debut. When he shows up, he's talking nice to the fans. He's da-da-da-da. He's drinking with Cody in the back. They're real cool now. Cool. Then he comes out a month later, and he's like, I didn't forget. I'm still the final boss, blah, blah, blah. I want you to be my champion.
Nah, hold on, Reek. Motherfuckers on fucking NXT. Talking about some. I'm always 20 steps ahead. The final boss to be back. You know what I'm saying? Doing his little thing where I'm TKO. I'm the final boss. Doing that, trying to gauge the crowd. Bro, you went over the time period for like 30 minutes. On top of that, canceling a match that I think a lot of people was want to see. I forgot what match that went short. Either went short or they moved because The Rock was there. But bro, you basically wasted our time on NXT.
Yep.
And then you want to come out later again and proceed to say what you're saying. I'm just saying that he came on NXT as well.
Yeah, he did. I forgot about that. Then he came out before Elimination Chamber, said, I want you to be my champion. I want you to sell your soul. Then obviously we get to Elimination Chamber. Cody says, Go fuck yourself. John Cena goes crazy, laughing, doing all that, key. And then we see Rock go, it's over. Cena turns, Rock, Cena, and Travis Scott stand tall, whatever. Okay, so that means Cena's working with The Rock. Cena comes out, doesn't mention The Rock. Punk mentions The Rock. Cody mentions The Rock. Cena never mentions The Rock. The Rock never really gets brought up besides that first initial promo because Cena didn't come out that first week. I think he came back the week after.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 2 weeks. That first Monday was CM Punk came out. I don't remember if Cody came out on that Raw. I think he came out on that SmackDown. Yeah, he came out on that SmackDown because I was still messed up. He came out on that following SmackDown, mentioned The Rock, mentioned Cena, of course. And then when Cena came back, he never mentioned The Rock. So it's like, well, okay, where's this going? Like, where's The Rock gonna be? Um, and then it just became apparent like The Rock probably not showing up. And that's the thing that always bothers me. It's like, if you're not gonna show up, don't show up at all.
Right.
Like nobody was begging for The Rock to pull up. Like, of course, when you show up, people are gonna be shocked. People are gonna be happy because we're wrestling fans at the end of the day, and we enjoy seeing The Rock on TV. But
Right.
if we're not asking for it, you don't gotta show up. But if you put yourself in the story and then don't show up, that's when people are looking like, "What are you doing?" Because, like you said, that's like Patrick Mahomes. That's like LeBron James. You know what? I don't feel like playing basketball today. They down 2-1 to the Timberwolves. He like, you know what? Uh, I just don't feel like I want to give Luka the chance to get his get back. Like I want to give Luka the chance to make his story. I want to give Ant the chance to make his story. And then
Right.
maybe the next game I'll pull up. That's literally what he did. Like he was like, "Oh, I see where the story is going. I could I could further it, but I don't really have the time, or I really just don't care enough." And
Right.
now we get to this point where we're in the match and we're expecting so much different stuff, and none of it happens. Again, like you said, even if they had seen a turn at Elimination Chamber and there was no Rock, Cena could have gone all out in terms of like cheating multiple times
Right.
or like really doing some heel shit on at WrestleMania. He didn't really do anything that was heel work besides just working really slowly and just fucking with the crowd. The only thing that happened was Travis Scott coming out and then him low blowing and hitting him with the belt. But outside of that, he didn't really do anything that was like, damn, Cody's out here getting bullshitted. Like they fucking Cody over. None of that happened. So I'm like, that just leaves a sour taste in everybody's mouth. I feel like just because there were so many expectations because of the story that y'all were telling. The story that you kept selling us on is we're in this inning. We're
Bro.
in this inning. Let the
Or
Rock take you on this journey.
capitalize,
Let the
bro.
Rock take you on this journey.
Right.
What fucking journey?
He was spamming that. Shut up and enjoy the ride. The rock taking you on. Like, bro, we done got off this ride, my boy. But it's like y'all could even, bro. I don't understand why they're not capitalizing on the Rock being gone though. Like, if
Yeah.
Cena and Cody was in the match, and let's say Cody went for a pin, and the referee
hmm
didn't count,
hmm
and he was like, Cody's like, why
Yep.
the hell you not counting? I got word. Like, I could lose my job.
Yep.
Bro, something like that. Like, bro,
Yep.
damn, like make it interesting. Like the Rock, it's
Yeah.
like when the Rock don't show up, the Rock just don't show up. He don't have
Literally.
like not mentioned.
Yep.
His character's not mentioned. Like, bro. And then as a John Cena fan, I feel like y'all are wasting his now. Granted, it's coming together nice because of who is in it. Like, it's
hmm
John Cena. Like, he's gonna make the most out of
Right.
anything. Like, that's just what it is. But now y'all are doing, instead of him having a corporate trip with The Rock, now he
hmm
just has a power trip against
You're
the
just
fans.
angry at the fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's cool because he's making it work, but it's like, nigga, can you really
Yeah.
drag this to December? How
No.
far can you drag this? Can you even
No.
drag it to SummerSlam without us being
No.
like, oh, okay, this shit, like,
Because I'm already feeling that way. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm already feeling like y'all like, and I'm not even a huge Cena fan, but I'm like, this is the way that they're gonna have him end his in ring career is like the fans like trying to make the fans boo him. Like he's going out there and just saying bullshit each week to try to
right,
get the fans mad at him. And depending on the city, you're not gonna get the boos that you think you're gonna get
right,
because because people know what you're trying to get them to do. Like he's not really doing anything to make you actually hate him. He's just going out there and saying the same shit in a different city. So the fans that are still saying John Cena sucks, let's go Cena, they're gonna keep doing that shit because there's no reason to really hate Cena right now.
bro.
And people
Honest
aren't
to
going to
God,
because it's his farewell tour. They're not going to really hate him unless he really does some foul shit. Like he would have to attack somebody in Randy's family, like one of his kids. Not, I'm not saying beat up the kids or nothing, but I'm like he would have to do some shit like that in St. Louis to get really booed. He'd have
and
to do
that's
some
what
shit
I
to
think.
CM Punk in Chicago to really get booed.
Right.
But they have to be willing to go that far. Like last night, the promo, that shit was whack to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like they let Cena say whatever he want. Randy was out there like, "You my dog." Like you got to see what like this is not Randy Orton. You know, it's like, oh, you need a son or you need a kid so you can understand what other people. What? What is that? Like that's not Randy Orton. Randy Orton is not gonna be, hey, this is my like. And then when he said "fuck your family," and he told him to shut up, and Randy stopped talking. What the hell? When has Randy Orton ever stopped talking when somebody told him to shut up? He started talking about dude family, and he just let him walk out the ring, or he was about to let him walk out the ring, and then Cena tried to attack him. But it's like that ain't Randy Orton, bro. Like I get that he's a face, but in this story, when a dude is trying to ruin WWE, ruin wrestling, ruin the company that you've been in for 25 years, I don't really understand the whole, oh, let me just go here and try to sway him. Like that shit's not gonna work. That was pointless to me. Like, I guess it was like the setup promo, but it's like they still they still could have said a little bit more because it's not like we have a ton of time between now and Backlash.
15 days.
Yeah, see, that's not a lot of time at all. So I don't
Mm,
know, man. I just maybe I'm wrong about that. I could be wrong. I could be looking at it in a wrong perspective, but just listened to it last night. I was like, this shit's not really. And it started the show, so I'm like, if y'all was gonna start the show, like y'all got to start this off a little bit better in terms of like these are two of the best talkers ever, and y'all didn't really let either one of them go crazy. But I guess maybe they'll do it over the 2 week time frame that they had to get ready for Backlash. I don't really know, but I do think there has to be something that if Cena's gonna stay heel this whole time, there has to be something that he does that really gets the fans to turn on. Because him going out there and saying heel shit to the crowd, like in AEW, they be chanting for MJF when he does that shit. So like, they're for sure gonna chant for John Cena, who's been here for fucking 20 plus years. Like,
right. Now I would say
like
I
they've
like
seen people
I
do that
like
for
it a
years and
little
years.
bit.
It's not new.
I think I kind of pick up what they going on. Like I kind of like the idea of having people try to sway him back to the good side because like I mean obviously we've known one Cena this whole time. So like the promo
Mhm.
last night I understood it a little bit. I'm not gonna go out as far as say motherfuckers were saying that shit was fire. Like but it's like it made sense in a way that Randy came out there and was like, look, bro, I've been here before. I was punting people in the head. Hey, bro, I had a kid. It saved me a little bit. So he tried to tell Cena that, but then again, it's like, nigga, this is cool for now because this is Cena's first one. This is first defense.
Mhm.
But as soon as CM Punk get involved and CM Punk start talking about their history and he trying to turn it back to the light side, let's say if they had, I don't know who else would come out there that's been with him for a long time, but I don't know.
Drew called him a punk last night, but I don't know if they'll go with Drew Cena.
And that, I mean, low key, if Cena was to go back face, that's who I would like for him to go with, like to go against Drew, because like Drew is the perfect villain,
He
bro.
might
Like
do something
Drew,
against Jimmy Uso too. But I don't think that would be like a PLE. I think that would just be like a random
but
SmackDown type
I
thing.
get
Like,
that, but like, bro, why do we keep using Jimmy as a I'm gonna beat him up guy to further my heel
hmm
story? Like, bro, why?
yeah,
Like, Jimmy's not one. Like, damn, can Big Jim be
yeah,
Big Jim? Finally,
yeah,
like,
right,
we got avenues for this dude right now. We got
yeah,
plenty of avenues for him. I don't know why we got like.
yeah,
I mean, he got hurt at it, War Games, but I
hmm
get it. But like, come on, bro, Jimmy and Jay are still like
yeah.
what
It
Jim
ain't
said
like
on the show.
it's
Yeah, like Jim
yeah,
said it on the show. Literally, like if I want to yeet, I can yeet. If I want to do the no yeet, I can do the no yeet. Like I'm Big Jim. Like yeah, hell yeah, treat him like Big Jim. Please stop getting him beat up for no
yeah.
reason. Um, that's the first thing that I'm not feeling it with The Rock. Number two is WWE came out and said today we'll have another Mania at Las Vegas in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm not feeling that, bro. Why, bro? Why? Bring that shit to Carolina. I promise you, a small venue, but we had turn this whole up.
I'll be out there, motherfucker, for sure.
Make that whole in Bank of America. Make that whole in Washington. So I don't know. I mean, well, Capital Punishment was in Washington. That shit was kind of, you know what I'm saying. But hey,
Yeah, well, Capital Punishment was
my fault.
ass.
My fault. My fault. My fault.
The main
But I
event was damn John Cena versus John Laurinaitis.
really,
That shit was ass. I'm
you
pretty
got
sure.
y'all got R Truth on you, right? I'm pretty sure that happened there. Cena,
Oh, that might have been
R
that.
Truth,
That shit ass too. I'm sorry.
Capital Punishment. That's garbage. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, hey, it's one of the things Cena had to work with, bro. You know what I'm saying? One of the things he had to work with. There was some times where he got some garbage fed to him too. No cap.
It was the event took place June 19, 2011. Replaced Fatal 4-Way. Let's see. John Cena defeated R-Truth. Uh, Randy Orton beat Christian. Ezekiel Jackson beat Wade Barrett. Dolph Ziggler beat Kofi. The middle card matches were good, but
Right.
that's just nasty. Um, so maybe it was different. Maybe it was somewhere else that John Laurinaitis and Cena was the thing. But I felt like it was Capital Punishment. But yeah, we knew everybody knew R-Truth wasn't meeting John Cena, so that shit was kind of funny. But yeah, go ahead about Vegas.
Yeah, that crowd was weak. The crowd was weak. I didn't enjoy it. Like I said, y'all got lit for Dom, but it ain't hard to get lit for. It's not hard to recognize a dude that was working his ass off for the past 2 years for reward. I mean, so it's like congrats for acknowledging Dom, but y'all are flat, bro, the whole time. And if you are from Vegas, like I'm not knocking you. It's just some of these WWE crowds are more about money than it is about the show. And it's like
Yeah.
there's some Vegas guys that probably went to the show to actually enjoy wrestling, but it ain't like how it was last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they handed a prosthetic leg to the crowd, bro, like to Montez, and Montez used it. Like, bro, that's wrestling crowds, bro. Like, that's
Yes.
nutty, and that made the match way crazier just to like see Montez hold the prosthetic in the air and yelling.
Yeah.
Which he's a main event talent, by the way. He just further proved that last night. But
Yes, he did.
why Vegas, bro? Can we do something different? Like,
It's TKO, man.
can we start going to smaller? Like, I'm cool with WrestleMania not having a big ass like number, like a count number. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes make it in a small, like not a small, but
Yeah.
like make it in a small stadium or something. Like,
Yeah.
have it be
Or even
loud,
just
bro.
an arena.
Yeah, like
Like we don't have
they
to do
are big arenas.
stadiums.
Yeah,
Like do big ass arenas. We don't need to do stadiums. You can't hear it. You
yeah,
can't fucking hear it unless you're there, and not everybody's there. When you're watching on TV, they even tell you, like, after WrestleMania Night 2 went off, they had they had talked about, or they did like a documentary or whatever on, or released the documentary on the first Vegas show. And
right,
this man is literally talking to Shawn Michaels and telling him the crowd will be loud, but you won't be able to hear it because all the noise is going up.
right.
It's not going in, or it's not just staying in one place because it's all going up into the atmosphere. So why do we keep doing these fucking shows to where that really only shows if the whole crowd starts fucking moving at the same time,
Right.
or the crowd is actually into the shit? Like I I I, I don't get it. Like even like I will say like if you're gonna do it overseas. Do it fucking London, Mexico, Puerto Rico, like do those cities or do those places because those fans are going to be loud as shit and you're going to hear it, even if it's in a stadium. Like you hear it when AEW goes to Wembley Stadium, you fucking hear those fans.
They be loud
Because
in there.
those fans genuinely love AEW. If you're going all the way to London or if you're in London and you're going to the show, you love it. WWE fans, the way that WWE sells tickets and the way that WWE sells WWE is that anybody can go.
Right.
And that's a problem, in my opinion. Because when you think about like the people that are actually watching the shit and the people that are actually like caring about the shit week in, week out, those fans can't afford to go. You have to make like real life sacrifices to go to a show, and then You do that, and then you get what you got night 2 main event. Like that shit's crazy. Like you can't have that kind of like those kinds of prices and then turn around and do shit like that and they expect people to be like, oh man, that shit was great. Like I love everything. And you don't want people to be critics, but you're no longer trying to sell WWE to your actual fans. You're trying to sell it to more consumers. Which I get, but at the same time, it's like we get it. It's on Netflix. We get it. This person has a show on Netflix. Can we move past that shit? Like all the cinematography that they were doing leading up to Netflix on Raw, they don't do that shit at all anymore. Like now it's all Netflix, Netflix, Netflix. Like shit like TKO, TKO. Like who gives a fuck? We want the wrestling. We want the shit that we were getting. We want the production that we were getting when Vince was officially gone and they brought in Lee Fitting. We want that shit. We don't care about who has a show on Netflix. We're not watching that shit. Like, we are here for Monday Night Raw. That's all we care about. I don't, and then I saw like the numbers on like the number of advertisements or like commercials on WrestleMania. There was like 2 times more ads and commercials than there was matches or match time.
Right.
That's insane.
It was 30
10
minutes.
hours.
30 minutes of no, that was Raw. That was Raw for me. It was 30 minutes of wrestling. The rest was segments of
Yeah,
promos.
yeah. It's like 10 hours of WrestleMania and we had like 4 hours of matches.
And we didn't have that. We didn't even have backstage segments at Mania like that. Like I barely saw anybody backstage. Like
That's not, and I was asking for that. I was like, if y'all gonna keep doing all these ads and shit, at least show people like Mello, show NXT people backstage, show vignettes even. Show the Aleister Black vignette, show the Rusev vignette, show whoever, show Phoenix. Like, show these vignettes so that the people that are tuning in for the first time or tuning in for once of this year, and then they'll watch again next year. Like, God, bro, I don't get it, man.
I mean, I feel like it's just like any other sport at this point now. I mean,
Yeah,
what made WWE so cool is that it was so much different than your
Mhm.
traditional sports. Like you could see a Rey Mysterio win a belt, right? You could see a Rey Mysterio win a belt. You could go to a show for fucking $60 and see Shawn Michaels. Like Shawn Michaels just sold out. You know what I'm saying? Like Shawn Michaels just had a damn WrestleMania match with Taker that sold out in Texas, but I could see him in Charlotte for $30. How?
Yep.
Right? But now that it's TKO Magaland, as I like to call it, Magaville, and it ain't like I'm aiming to be sponsored by TKO with this podcast, so I can speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maga Fest over there, we got Dana White at WrestleMania. I'm like, bro, Dana White don't give a damn about this shit, man. He
And he's
partnered with
talked poorly about WWE all the time.
right all the
He
time.
talks shit on WWE all the time.
So it's like, bro, now we doing business with this, and now we gotta see Tony Hinchcliffe, whatever his name was, and now we're
Hinchcliffe, I think.
Hinchcliffe, and now we're hosting roast about our wrestlers. Like, bro, when the hell has WWE ever had a roast? And I heard it went real bad, real quick.
Yeah,
So, I mean, shout out to y'all, but bro, we don't want this shit, bro. We want
no
quality
one asked for that.
storylines with quality wrestling.
That's it. That is it. Quality production.
If I want to go watch drama, if I want to go watch
That's regular TV.
I watch regular TV. If I want to see expensive ass prices and somewhere I just want to watch at home, motherfucker, that's why I watch UFC. I don't plan on going to a UFC event. I watch them at the crib. Simple. But wrestling's different. I actually love going to shows. I wanted to go to
Yeah,
Bad Blood. Couldn't go to Bad Blood because, I mean, it was expensive. It was close to us and it
yeah,
was expensive. I be wanting to go to all these shows, bro, but it's hard. Like I already be having to drive because y'all barely come to Charlotte.
right.
I be already having to drive hours away to go on top of paying big bread,
Yep.
on top of maybe not even seeing who I want to see. Like I don't like you've heard me come on here twice. I already said I didn't get to see CM Punk on Raw. That sucked.
hmm
When I went to SmackDown, I didn't get to see John Cena. That sucked. Like, dog, the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing, bro? And I mean that's all that
Feels
I'm
like
not
they
feeling.
sold their soul. That's basically what it feels like.
That's
So it's
really what
like
it feels like, bro.
they sold their soul for the money, which they've already done with the Saudi Arabia shit, but they sold their soul for money, and now things aren't going the way that they thought they were going to go. And I don't mean like they're not making the money, like they're obviously making the money. But I think even Triple H is like I would be surprised if Triple H isn't like slowly realizing like, damn, this is really like fucking up what we do at a certain point. Like this is messing up this part of it. And of course, like he could say it to them, like, "Hey, y'all are really messing with this thing that we do, and you know our fans are like this and da da da." And they're like, "Hey, bro, money talks. Like, look at the money y'all have made since we stepped in again." Blah blah blah. But I really think it's just like I don't understand why like they were so sold on selling the company. Like that, I mean,
It
Vince has been
was
talking about doing that
fine.
shit for years and years, but I'm like, there was no reason to. I think Vince was just being petty at that point, and then it was like, okay, the board of directors are like, oh yeah, let's do it. For what? Like it was already a public company, and now you're just like, yeah, let's go ahead and just sell this to TKO. And it's like they didn't need this. They didn't need
It's
it.
like, and it just makes me sad because one of your biggest sports ambassadors, one of your biggest superstars you've ever made, is now there, and it's like he not even
He
advocating
don't
for
even
it.
give a fuck.
Yeah, he don't
If
even
he don't
see
give
it.
a fuck, why would they?
And if they don't give a fuck, then why should I? It's like when my favorite sports teams are bad, bro. Like, luckily the Panthers have had a smooth draft this year, but it's like, bro,
Yeah,
when I see y'all not giving a fuck, why I pay money to go to games. I pay money to buy these players' jerseys. I pay money. Well, not even I pay money. I pay taxes so y'all can spend $800 million to renovate a stadium. You telling me they don't give a fuck, so why should I give a fuck? WWE, I've spent money on tickets. I've bought merch. We started a whole pod. 9 times out of 10, y'all, we love doing it, but it's Saturday. We could be outside doing something completely different.
facts.
But we talking about this because we love it, bro. We not making no bread. We not, bro. We love it. And then we be looking at shows, and I'm seeing 4 different Netflix niggas pop up on my screen. They ain't never watched this shit. Maybe they
Ever.
have, but from the appearance and my judgment, it don't look like they watch this shit.
Right.
Like most of the time, we know that they don't watch it because, bro, they name pop up at the bottom. It'll say Netflix star, and then they'll get up and look around to the crowd like,
Yep. Yep.
like with Vanessa Hudgens in the building, and they
You
show her.
know.
What she do? She's standing up, showing off the wrestlers' merch. You know what I'm saying? She throwing up the ones. Like I'm like, man, she know what the fuck going on.
Like Danielle Fisher, you show her, she
Showing merch. I'm
you can tell when motherfuckers love this shit and when they just there
right.
because they're getting paid to be there.
Case in
And when
point,
you're
now
paying someone to be there, that's taking a seat away from somebody else that wants to actually be there.
simple as that, bro. Now when AEW had Shorty on there during the Swerve match, that was enjoyable. She was
Hmm.
talking shit. She was a part of the
Yes,
show. Like she talking
yes,
shit to Mox. She like you
yes,
ass, and I'm like, this is what we talking about. Dana White just sitting
yes.
there. Like, bro, they don't be involved.
Literally.
Like when they went to New York
Nope.
and they had Schultz come in the ring, like that's interactions.
Hmm.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually
Hmm.
want to be a part of the business. But bro, y'all be having motherfuckers here for no reason, and then y'all be gassing up Travis Scott, bro. Bad Bunny did a whole Extreme Rules type
Main event.
TLC type main event match, and we sitting here talking about some Travis Scott want to be a full time wrestler. Bro, y'all just promoted this man when Bad Bunny was doing this shit. Y'all didn't do all that. Y'all wasn't overplaying Booker T. I mean, it was an official
Fuck.
theme song at one time,
I'm
but
about
y'all
to
weren't
say
overplaying Booker T. Y'all weren't overplaying Chambea. Y'all weren't overplaying all this
nope.
shit. But I had to hear Fiend 80 times, and then he came out on
80
my main
fucking
event.
thousand.
Fuck out of here, man. I'm a little bit more aggressive on the pod today normally than I would be, but I've been thinking of this stuff
Nah,
in the
I feel
direction,
it.
in the direction of where it's going. It's like I love what you're doing, but it don't mean I don't have to sit here and shut up. Like
Right.
I put my own time into this as well. But we got more to
Facts.
talk about. We got like more to talk about before I gotta slide up out of here. So we're gonna skip a lot of stuff on Monday. You know, I just want to say a couple things. Shout out EO Sky, congratulations on being a champion. We didn't get to talk about it that much, but I feel like we have vitalized a star, which we've been saying way before Mania. We vitalized a star. We made a star, and then what do you do once you make a star? You make another star. So you
Yep.
call up Stephanie Vicaire. You call up Stephanie Vicaire. Y'all have a banger match. Now, something that I wasn't feeling. I love Rhea Ripley to death. Um, I've been on this pod where I criticize her, where we said this before, or I've said this before. We may have both said it. I can't remember, but I said I feel like she gets puts and shit that she don't need to be put in. And I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna call her Hogan. I never have called her Hogan on this pod, not once.
She's
But
more Cena than anything, if we're
yeah,
being honest.
she's a little force fan, which is not a problem to me
Yes.
because you're that
Right.
over. You deserve to be there.
Right.
We saw Julia and maybe Roxanne forming a little alliance, but
But
we
then they
didn't get
didn't
the
even draw nothing out on NXT.
really. I
So
was
like
wondering that.
we just yeah, like Roxanne lost clean again, which is pissing me the fuck off. And then Julia was like in the back, or like she came out but didn't even get off the entranceway and just did like a stare down from ring to stage. And that Jordan Grace was in some place in the crowd, like in the back, like looking on. I'm like,
So their
so
alliance
are
is
we
enemy
just,
of an enemy, not really like we're an
which is
alliance.
black, which is
So we
black.
got we got that, and I mean I love the Rhea and Julia stare down. Like that's basically telling me
Mhm.
like, okay, this is where we gonna be at in the future, which is fine with me, of course. But that's the thing about WWE. It's about picking your spots, bro. Like sometimes they try to do too much when the moment in
That
front of
one.
us is already enough,
Yeah.
and it's like fuck, like my brain is overloaded, bro, because I'm over here watching the NXT Women's Champion. I'm excited to see her on Raw while watching our and still Women's Champion who deserves a banger match, obviously to start her reign. But then I'm excited because Roxanne is there, which I'm still kind of confused. Roxanne's getting the Mellow Hayes treatment in my eyes, bro. Like, obviously she's a prodigy. She would be or probably will be the first pick on either show on the women's side.
Mhm.
But yet we still have her in NXT, which I mean, you're not lacking women in NXT at all. Like, bro, just let her commit to the main roster, bro, and let her do her thing. We scrapped the Bailey feud, which was a hit, by the way, and now we
And they
got
still
this.
haven't even done the Roxanne Core shit. Like they keep breaking them up, putting them back together, breaking them up, putting them back together. Then putting them back together for Stand and Deliver, and then she walked out on her at Stand and Deliver, and she didn't even come out NXT at all. So like, y'all are confused as to what y'all are doing with her, and y'all are making it look worse. Y'all might
Man,
as well just left her on TV.
I mean, you can't have somebody name. I mean, it's like you have somebody running around calling themselves him and he losing. You got somebody
Yes,
running around calling themselves the prodigy and they're
and they
losing.
lose it on their way out of the company that they were just running. She was just running that brand for a year and a half, and now she can't beat nobody on the fucking roster. Come on, bro, make that shit make sense. It don't. It won't. And then they have her back there just complaining every episode. I'm like, this has never been Roxanne. Even when she was the heel champion, she wasn't back there like, oh, I need this match for so and so. Like, how do I not have this match? Like Stephanie Valkyria wins, and she's like, how do I not get a championship match? Like she wasn't just in a tag team match that she walked out on. Like y'all are not making her character make any sense at this point. Like there's a heel, and then there's just stupidity, and y'all are just making her character be an idiot right now. And I'm not here for that shit at all.
Yeah, I don't.
But I really hope they actually do something with the Roxanne and Julia thing. Like make them an actual
Yeah, bro. Like
alliance, make them an actual group, something.
This is the era of factions, bro. And for the first time in a long time, fans are asking for
For
factions.
it.
There was a time, the Bloodline era, we didn't want that many factions. Y'all were trying to put together factions to beat the Bloodline, and we was like, bro, fuck that. We don't care
Yeah.
about that. The Bloodline, bro, and it ain't even like the Bloodline. I mean, shout out to the Bloodline, amazing faction, top faction of all time in my eyes. But they were so good that we didn't give a fuck about other factions. Like, bro, we was like, bro, don't even put them together because we know y'all not beating them. We know that. But now that the bloodline is over, the power trip with them is over, bro. We want to see factions, bro. Like
Yeah.
we want to see Julia and Roxanne go crazy. We want to see this new evolution go crazy. I want to see them go crazy, just not on my dogs, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah, yo, that's sick, boy.
and I had time to reflect on that. You know, like I said, I started seeing the edits. I started seeing the clips. I said, even that night, I was like, they cold as fuck. But damn, why my dogs? But listen, honestly, my homeboy shout out to my homie. He humbled me a little bit, okay? He said, you had your time, P. You had 4 years of your time.
Yeah.
He's a Seth Rollins fan. He was like, this is my time. I said, nigga, you had your time before I had my time. What are you talking about? Like, you had the chair shot, and you had a title, and you had all this shit. Then you had the authority before I had the bloodline. I had to wait 10 years for the get back. And then I get to get back, and then you get a get back of my get back. That's not fair, bro. That's not cool. And then you go at a young nigga. Who just don't, bro, he don't even talk, he just be barking at shit. What I'm supposed to do with that? And then on top of that, I get on, and my night didn't end. It wasn't, damn, we got a new faction. It's Evolution 2.0. Who are they gonna add? Now they better add another demon. Motherfuckers talking about Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams. Damn. With that being said, it's the perfect segue. Who should be the last member of Evolution 2.0? If y'all didn't miss it, Raw after Mania, we saw Seth Rollins standing tall alongside Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. And Tariq called it live on TikTok. If y'all didn't go see that clip, go watch it. Reek was in my ear talking about Braun Breaker. And lo and behold, my dog gets speared by Braun Breaker. So really, I should be blaming Reek because he tapped in, and I'm not tapped in. So WWE and Reek colluded on this to make a fool out of P. I don't understand. But we saw a mad alliance. And I'm going to let Reek give his thoughts, and I'm going to let him get his excitement out while I sit here and make a boo-boo face. So, Reek, hold on before you get started. Tell the people why we care about this evolution and what it's going to do for the company and who should be the last member. I'll let you ISO for like 5, whatever you want to do. Get it out, I guess. Cool. Big Jim getting beat up. Jay a world champion. Roman getting speared. Sammy don't even wrestle no more, like for real.
Sammy about to turn.
And Sammy about to turn on Jay. My bloodline fried. Did he get a whole evolution with a wise man? Cool, I guess.
I will say, y'all gotta go watch that clip too. Also, go watch the end of Monday Night Raw. Go watch the last like 15 minutes, just so you can see the wave of emotions that we went through. Because I didn't even clip like when CM Punk came out, because I was like that'd be too long of a clip. And I didn't know if I wanted to do 2 different clips, so I just did the Roman one because it synced together better. But even go and see like when Punk came out, see the reactions there. We thought the show was over. We thought they was done talking. We was like, that's all they gonna say. As y'all can hear in the clip, he was like, we didn't need Paul Heyman to tell him that. Like, right, true.
But for real,
and then
though,
Roman music hit, everything changed. Roman music hit, everything changed.
I needed that get
Roman, and once his music hit, he hit the spear. Couldn't tell P nothing. P lit. I'm like, nah, there's no way they do this like this. Somebody got to be coming out. And I was like, the only person they hadn't showed all fucking night, there was no mention of him at all. No mention was Braun Breaker. I was like, there's no way Braun Breaker's not coming out here. Because I was of the opinion that as soon as someone came across, like, once they crossed the barricade, is when he was going to hit him with the spear. Because I feel like that would have shocked people, but it also would have probably taken him a while to get either behind the thing and make the run without the crowd making the thing, or for him to jump the barricade and hit the spear the way that he would want to. So I think it made sense for it to happen when it happened. As far as, and then y'all gotta watch the end too, because like the wave of emotions that Pete went through of like CM Punk music hitting, CM Punk going down, end of the like their little promo, Roman's music hitting, Roman hitting the spear, Roman hitting the Superman punch, Braun spear, and then them
The
basically just beating the
barricade.
fuck out in the last 3 minutes. The
The
barricade was the
barricade.
one that really was like,
The barricade. Niggas just sat there, bro. Hit it, bro. Reek, hit him with the uppercut. Go and sit there. Go and sit there. Looking around.
he's still
I know
recovering from
you,
that spear.
bro. I know you seen that demon get out the ring and look at you and run. Move. What is we watching for? And CM Punk was down the whole time, useless as fuck. He
Whole
was
time.
down the whole time. That
Whole
nigga
time.
Seth
Well,
threw him out.
to be fair,
Right.
he threw him out, and then Punk got back in before the barricade. Punk got in
He did. He
and got
did.
speared by Braun
He did. He
because
did.
it looked like Braun was about to spear Seth for a second.
Right, which is another wave of emotion that I had. I don't think people peeped that I was
Yes,
like,
I did. You said, oh. And I was like, he thought he was gonna spear Seth.
see, because Braun Breaker, he lied to me, bro. He lied to me. I thought he was a badass that anybody could have had to smoke. He didn't take me as an alliance type of nigga. Like with Paul Heyman by himself, cool, right? With Paul Heyman by himself, cool. I thought he would always have an advocate. I didn't think he was gonna sit here and click over Seth Rollins. I didn't think that. Nobody should have thought that. It was a cook.
Makes sense.
They cooked. They cooked. Now, to make your point, I didn't think Seth Rollins needed the wise man because everything they were saying was kind of like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, Seth needed to know he the best. What the fuck, bro? He should already know that. I don't need you for that. But now I see why he needs you, my brother. I see why he needs you. Now, like I said, it was a cook. It was just at the expense of me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna learn to love it. Secretly, I do love it. I just can't. I gotta stay kayfabe for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I hate this shit right now. Shit is lame. Now y'all done put my tribal chief out probably to the summer. Punk, we don't even know when he gonna be back. He don't even need to show his face on Raw.
I think it's
No
gonna be a
more.
tag team match.
And I'm not feeling that. I don't want that, bro.
That's a tag team match, and then the
That's what
next person or the
saying
next
that nigga.
people debut, and then that's how they write Roman off of TV. I don't know if they write Punk off of TV, but if they do, that can make sense too. But I think they only write off Roman, keep Punk on Raw for a little bit, trying to go back and forth with them, trying to get people to help them out or whatever. And then you get to where like whoever else helps them, because I feel like there's gonna be two more members because
Right.
in Evolution there
Everybody
was
keeps saying.
four.
Right. Everybody keeps
They
saying
keep
that
saying one,
Paul
but
Heyman.
Paul
Yeah.
Heyman doesn't count.
He don't.
He
He's an
doesn't count
advocate.
because Ric Flair was still wrestling.
Right.
Ric Flair was the tag team champion with Batista at one point, and Randy Orton was the Intercontinental champion. Like if they do Becky and then someone else, that could make sense because
I
then
think
you could
that's I
go
think that's what they're gonna do.
Braun whoever tag team champions, and then Becky try to go for the belt or a belt at least. Um, I could see that, but I could see where it's two different guys. Where like maybe it is Mello, maybe it is both Trick and Mello, maybe it's Mello and Theory. I don't think it's gonna be Theory. I've seen people
I
say
ain't gonna
Theory,
lie.
but I'm like I don't think it's gonna be him. It would be someone that we know Paul Heyman likes backstage.
Yeah, that's how
And
it always happens.
outside of Braun, we haven't really seen him have those conversations with people on TV, at least. But I would assume backstage he likes Mello. I would assume backstage he loves Drew. But I don't know if Drew joins a group like that.
What was Sammy doing with the phone, bro?
Again, like I assume, like the Sammy turn is happening. We just don't know when. Like we were worried on Raw, which I could have clipped that up too, but there was too many different clips from it. Like there was two separate videos, and I was like, there's no like one video that puts it all together. Like it
Right.
chopped up. So couldn't clip that. But I was like, there's a reason that they were like having him do the things that he was doing. Like it was showing us like at some point he is going to turn. And I'm like, I guess I don't know. Like there has to be cohesion with this group. Because it's not like when they brought up Randy and Batista, Batista was on SmackDown as Devon's like sidekick, but no one realized at the time that that was who that was. They just knew it was Batista. Randy Orton had a few like matches here and there, but also went through some injuries, so he didn't really he wasn't established. Neither of them were really established at all. Then Ric
Right.
Flair's Ric Flair. Triple H is the world champion. So it makes sense. Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins established. Braun is already established. If you go Mello, Mello's already established. But you also have to have it like it has to make sense. Like there was no reason for Batista and Randy Orton not to like each other because they all they knew was the group at that point. Mello and Braun have stuff from NXT. They have stuff where they've seen each other in the Royal Rumble. Like this wouldn't be like something that like, oh, like it's been my dog the whole time type thing. So like you would have to make it make sense for Mello or someone to come over because they're still doing the Mello Miz shit on SmackDown. So it's like
Yeah, I don't think it's Mello. I saw Trick. I thought Trick was the best answer personally because it's like
I can see Mello.
y'all
I
already
meant Trick, sorry.
teetering that line. Y'all already teetering that
Hmm.
line where he's like automatics is the title dog. You know, I had to talk like Trick for a little bit of
Yeah,
time, but he said automatics is the title, and it's like
yeah,
what better way to come into the main roster than to be on the best faction? Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's the best way to introduce him. I could see. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's gonna be Becky
And he
too.
would be their big man, essentially. Like,
Right.
even though Braun is technically a big man, he's shorter. So, like, Trick could be that Batista of like size wise, like tallness. Like, he
Right.
still, I'm pretty sure him standing next to Seth, he would, I don't think he would be like towering over him. But when Batista and Triple H stood next to each other, you're like, damn, like, Triple H not gonna fuck with him. Like, he might say some shit to Randy, but he wouldn't say no shit to him.
Right.
Like Seth might try to say something to Braun, but he wouldn't do the shit to Trick. Or maybe it's the other way. Maybe he'll say
Right.
something to Braun, or he'll say something to
I'm
Trick, but
thinking
he
the
won't say something to Braun.
Braun gonna be the Batista type nigga. And I think Trick will be the perfect Randy type guy, ego. The only problem is the Trick in ring, but I mean Trick can perform in ring. But it's like ego
Yeah.
still kind of green a little bit, which Randy was still kind of
Hmm.
green a little bit, but Randy just I
Yeah.
mean he's just naturally a dog.
Yep.
So like I said, the ego, the look, I mean,
Hmm.
Trick a pretty boy. I mean, in my eyes, I mean, whenever
Hmm.
I go out to the club, you gonna see the tall 6'3" dark skinned motherfucker with dreads, and the lady's gonna be over there.
Hmm.
That's how I see Trick. Um, and the aura, bro, like I mean, the break off aura. That's what I like about him because obviously we know Randy became the youngest ever world champion. They turned on him. I can
Hmm.
see a world where Trick becomes successful or
Yeah.
popular again, and they turn on him
Yeah.
too. I mean, it ain't got to be everything Evolution 2.0.
Right.
I don't think it's gonna be everything Evolution with base because
Hmm.
obviously I think a woman's gonna be in it, which Becky, I think she'll
Yeah.
be in it. But yeah, man, I'm not feeling how everybody's like Paul Heyman is the Ric
It's
Flair. I'm
Ric
like, bro,
Flair.
he's just an
Yeah.
advocate, bro.
No.
Like y'all know
I think
this.
there should be two.
Yeah, there
Like,
should be two.
and really, they could do five. Like, there's nothing saying that you can't add a tag team.
Right.
Or, like, you can't add two dudes and Becky
Because it's a whole
and
nother
like have
landscape.
like because the way the evolution was, at one point they held all the belts, and that's the thing that people always draw back to is they damn, they was world title champion, intercontinental champion, and world champion at the same time. If they do that while say Becky has intercontinental championship, like that's five people with a championship, or that's four people with a championship, and it shows like damn, like you can't do it the same way you did Justin. And I don't think it will because Seth Rollins is the leader of the group. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's a couple different people that they could go with, but again, I feel like it has to be cohesive. Like I think Melo would do well in the Randy role per se,
Right.
but at the same time, it's like,
He has
how
stamina.
do you get him out of the Miz storyline and into that without it being like, what the hell? You was just the Miz yesterday. Because if they're gonna do it, like I'm assuming that the things are gonna form at PLEs, like things are gonna lead up in Raws, and then the things that are gonna happen at the PLEs. Maybe they happen on Raw. I don't know for sure, but I feel like they're gonna happen on PLEs, and it's like, damn, where the fuck did Melo come from? But like, damn, you just want to battle royal, like we want to bring you in. Cool, I'm here. What's up? But I don't know. I'm just curious to see how they go about it and who they bring in because I don't think I don't think they bring in someone that Seth and Paul Heyman don't want to work with. So
Absolutely.
I think that's the only reason people said Theory. I think people said Theory because Seth had worked with him before, but I don't think Theory fits just because of the way they've looked him the last 2 3 years. Like they haven't really given him shit. He's been with Grayson Waller, and he still hasn't
Bro,
turned on him.
and that's the funny part.
Um,
everybody's saying theory. I'm thinking the perfect person for them is Waller, bro. Like in my head,
Yeah,
like between the
Waller would
two,
be
I'm
better.
like, bro, Waller fits the group way better than Theory does.
Yeah.
Like in my eyes, this is a perfect time to turn
Hmm.
Waller against Theory because like if y'all want
Yeah.
to make Theory a babyface again, have that motherfucker get whooped. Like
Yep.
just have Waller be like, hey, look, we were hot.
Yep.
They're hotter than we are. I'm about to go over there.
Yep.
And that's Waller's character, bro. He's annoying as fuck. And I love Waller for
Yeah.
that. But
Somebody that somebody that could have been good. He's not in the company anymore, but I feel like Baron Corbin would have been great for this.
no cap.
Obviously, he's an older guy, but I feel like Baron Corbin as like that enforcer could have been great because we've already seen Baron Corbin and Braun work together as a tag team before. So I
Right.
feel like that could have worked. Like if you add one other guy, like another young guy, Becky, and then Baron as like that fifth, like when shit goes sideways, that's who we bring in. Like the Wardlow, the Jake Hager of
Corporate
AEW's like heel
Kane.
status.
My fault.
Fuck no.
My fault.
That's why I didn't say them, because hell no. But like even like with the Shield, like when the Shield was like they would jump people when it went sideways, they like Roman, where the fuck you at? Roman every time. Or Seth came in with that fucking flying knee off the top rope. You have to have somebody that's like, all right, shit going sideways. Who's coming in to fuck this shit up? And it'll probably be Braun, just because he's so damn fast. And that spear could really be hit from fucking any angle. So like, it could be him, but I feel like I don't know. There's just so many different routes they could go, and it's fun fantasy booking it. I just hope they don't fuck it up. That's really it. I hope they just don't put the wrong people in there
That's the
because
hope,
the
though.
fans will let you know right away. Like, hell no, why?
And that's the hope. And I hope they don't let the fear of having a faction run around for 4 years scare them into cutting this one short, like early.
Facts.
Like, bro, like this deserves time to cook, bro. Like this at
Yeah,
least
that's.
deserves a year and
Hmm.
a half, maybe.
Yeah,
Like
like
changes
I don't
within
think
the
we
group.
need Seth versus Braun next WrestleMania just because we got to get to it. Like,
Right. Like we know the payout of this, and it's
yeah,
gonna be Braun main event of WrestleMania at
yep,
I mean, maybe. I mean, they said hypothetically 42, but I would aim
43.
for 43. That's what I'm saying. I would aim
Yep.
for 43, just a slow burner story, but let them marinate. And then, like I said, with the bloodline, like make it reverse. Like the bloodline was adding members. They was
Hmm.
adding members. Have some changes, bro. Like if somebody not doing their part, beat them the fuck up and get somebody else that's gonna do the part. Best for business. That's what this group is. Like y'all kept saying, best for business, best for business. Bring the best for business out at all times. If y'all want me
Yeah,
to take this shit serious, keep it with the best people in the business with this group. Y'all can
yeah,
have youngins, which is fine, but you
yeah,
train them to be the best in the business once y'all are gone. That's how I want this shit to unfold. You know what I'm saying? Like Seth already said. I mean, he didn't say he was retiring, but he's saying that his book, like everybody else's book,
hmm,
is closing.
yep,
Make the next generation it. You already got Braun on your
yeah,
side. At least have one more youngin. Teach them the best
yep,
of the business. And when it's time for Braun to turn, don't just do the Seth's still a bad guy. Do the nigga,
hmm,
you washed. I'm best for
yep,
business now. That's
yep,
what I want. Simple.
yep.
I'm not no writer. I know y'all hiring for one, but I'm not y'all writer. So
Also, I will say on Raw, I noticed something about the when not to get off topic, but I noticed something with the Rhea Julia Roxanne thing. She didn't really do anything crazy to Roxanne, and then her and Julia didn't touch. I feel like there's something there. That's all I'm saying. I feel like there's
mm,
something there. That's all I'm going to
mm,
say about that.
you're not the only one that noticed something though.
That is true.
I mean, we both said it
Yeah,
that night. Now
I
I'm
feel like
picking up
there's
game
something
when
there.
you said I feel like you picking up game when you said they ain't touched. She barely threw her hand, but how she turn around and call Io her friend? I know you
Yeah,
seen that.
but then she also said, "I'm the only one that can do stuff to her." Like I'm the only, she said, "I'm the only one that can hurt Io."
Oh yeah, it's up.
Yeah,
It's up. It's up. Now I don't know for sure that we like to do this thing in our head, but it's like
yep.
oh yeah, that's up. Now that's something I can
If we get Rio versus Io at Backlash, I think that's when it culminates. I'll be shocked if it does. They may not do two in one night, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not arguing
why
because
not?
Rhea, Roxanne, Julia versus a Io and
I mean, literally
Dakota
damage
Oscar or
control.
Io Kyrie Oscar. Like Evolution, I'm here.
I
Maybe
mean,
not Evolution because they'll probably want to do multiple matches, but they do that at some point. I'm
I
here for that
mean,
shit.
evolution. I mean, shit, evolution smooth because bro, who said evolution? Bro, stop. Like, right? Who says evolution needs to be?
One night.
Yeah, bro. Like, I think evolution should. I think they
Two
should have
nights.
two nights. In my eyes, I feel like if this
There's
was
too many
Bailey.
women for them to have one night. One night.
Yeah,
I feel
like,
like
bro,
it's
it's somebody's
6
getting left.
matches,
And now that
and,
Bianca's
and with the
gone,
way he do 5 matches,
yeah, that ain't gonna
nah,
work, bro.
that's
That
not
ain't work.
enough. Got to be 2 nights.
It's gotta be because in my eyes, it's like,
Got
bro, Bianca's taking this break because of her finger,
mm-hmm.
so now she's gonna have to get roped back into somewhere. Jade
Yep.
and Naomi still doing their thing. Tiffany Stratton is still gonna have to
Naya.
defend. Nia just got back.
Yep.
And then you got
Got to
the
throw Bailey in there somewhere.
Becky. I mean, Bailey might not be there, bro. I mean,
No, there's no way they leave her off
right?
Evolution,
Like,
bro.
I mean, it's like it sucks, but it's like what somebody's getting left.
There's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. They leave her off Evolution. She got to just quit.
Bro, listen, dog.
Fuck it.
I thought it was no way. I didn't think that. I was already confused her going into Mania what her story was, and then they wrote her
Yeah.
off. So
Twice.
you sitting here
Twice
telling
for
me
real.
you would think it's a surprise that they leave her off Evolution? Like, bro, she don't even got no story.
Evolution, yes. I don't think Triple H would leave her off Evolution.
Nah, he not gonna do that.
That would be crazy.
He not gonna do that for real.
If he
But
did
it's
that,
like,
there's no way she doesn't pull a Mercedes.
nigga,
Because I watched most of that Chris Van Vliet interview. She really was hurt by that shit.
she should be.
Like she tried not to mention, like she was about to say what she was like, and there's even more, but y'all haven't seen that yet. Like she knew she was getting pulled, so like you could see the hurt. And she was also like, "Why am I not on the same level as Becky and Charlotte? Like, why am I put at a lower tier? We all came in at the same time." She was like, "I was Charlotte's first match. Me and Becky had a bunch of matches early on in our careers. Like, why are they put up here while I'm put down here?" Even when Sasha was there, I think she was even put under Sasha, and Sasha was probably put under Becky and Charlotte at one point.
She
Like at
absolutely
one
was.
point it was Charlotte. At one point it was Charlotte Sasha, and then it was Charlotte Becky. Sasha was here, and then Bailey was here. I think Bailey was never above any of those three,
Bailey never
which was
reached
crazy.
that level. She never reached that level, bro.
Because when she came on the main roster, she was more over than Becky was. When
Yeah, we had
Becky
huggers everywhere.
when
I was a
Becky
hugger.
debuted,
I was a hugger, bro.
like
Matter of fact, I was so mad that they switched her from like not being a
yeah,
hugger anymore. I was pissed. I was like, bro, why? Like that's her whole thing. Like
yeah,
she's nice. Like she not like
yeah,
the other girls. That's how I felt. She not like the
yeah.
other girls. Like they switch up
I looked
quick.
at her as Rey Mysterio. I looked at her
Right.
as the Rey Mysterio of the women's division. Obviously, she wasn't running around doing fucking backflips and shit, but
Right.
like
She was the
in terms
unsung
of like
hero.
always being there for the fans, always being someone that the fans can cheer for, always being the underdog. I think when you make her a heel, it takes that story away from her. And then I think she also
That's what it
mentioned like
was, bro.
they also mentioned like she's never on promotional posters. Like the damage control storyline could have went a lot further than it did. They didn't really let that story get told, and then they had damage
And her
control go to
reign
Raw
was
right away.
garbage. Her reign
Yeah,
was
I mean they
ass.
gave her a triple threat with Tiffany and Naomi. Then she had the story with Naomi, but they never turned Naomi, which ended up making sense in later on because of the Jade thing. But it's like you had all these things you could have done, and then it was just like she was holding the belt until Nia could take it, until Tiffany could take it from Nia. That's really what happened, which is foul because they don't do
You
that to
had her as
Becky and
a
Charlotte when they give
gatekeeper.
her belts. When they give them belts, they don't do that to. But it's like, but like you said, I don't know. This was months ago at this point when we were having the conversation about Seth. It's like you can't be the nice guy. And then Karen Cross came out and said the same shit. Like tired of being the company guy, tired of being the nice guy. Like he said, he talked to Goldberg. Goldberg told him, "Be the good guy, be the nice guy." He said, "No, if you do that shit, you get released." I was like,
And
"It's a
honestly,
fact."
bro, I'm glad my brain was screwed on tight. And I'm glad we had that discussion about Seth Rollins and my dislike about Seth
Mhm,
Rollins, and that was literally my only dislike. I said, bro, you're a
mhm.
pushover, bro. When it comes to the
Yeah,
company, bro, like you had so many moments where you could have been world champ, and there was a lot of moments where we deserved you being world champ, like the
yeah,
Messiah reign, like the Messiah, like the
yes,
time Messiah. We deserved that, bro. It was COVID, like we deserved that. We didn't need you poking out Rey Mysterio eyeball on the edge.
right.
of steel steps. We needed you in the world title picture. Same at the same time we needed Drew McIntyre, and we had
Yeah,
that. And since
and
then
then
we
we
need
needed
Drew
Bobby.
McIntyre again. Right. We needed a lot of things, bro. And it's like
Yeah,
what Seth,
sometimes it's
it made
wrong
me
place, wrong time,
yeah, it
or
made me
right
mad with Seth.
place, wrong time.
Because it's like, bro, you know damn well there was moments where you was like, bro, this shit don't make sense, bro. I needed
Hmm.
you to be the voice, like CM Punk always says, the voice of the voiceless. I needed Seth Rollins to be the voice of the voiceless in that moment. Like, bro, you sure? Like, I don't think I should be
Hmm.
losing this shit.
Right.
Bro, put your foot down, bro. You already made it, nigga. Like,
Yeah. And
bro,
that's what
they
Bailey
let
said. She said she never wanted to be that person. She never wanted to be the person that turns
right.
something down because then what if she doesn't get on TV at all? Or she's like, if I bring a different idea, she said sometimes she gets ideas that she doesn't necessarily like. She wants to bring a different idea, but if they say no to that, then she feels worse than what she did with the original idea. So I'm like, I can see
It
why,
makes
but at the
sense.
same time, it's like if you want to get to that next point, you have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to step out and be like, hey, I don't want to do this, or hey, we should do this instead. Because that's what the other ones are doing. Roman's not going to sit there and be like, yeah, fuck that. I'll lose to fucking Baron Corbin. No, I'm not.
Right.
Like, Becky's not going to, hey, yeah, I'll do that. No, she's not. Charlotte's not going to go out there,
And
hey,
the
I'll do this. No, she's not.
and the funny part about it is like with her saying like, yeah, I'm Bailey. But like,
Hmm.
bro, every wrestler that we've named, they were a good soldier until they got to
Hmm.
that point where it wasn't trying to be a
Yes,
soldier no more. Like Roman,
yes,
yeah, he was pushed to the moon, but there
yep.
was a time point where he was like, bro, I just want to be me.
This is
Like I just
whack.
want to be me,
Yeah,
and this is right. So he did that. That's all I'm asking for when it comes to Seth and Bailey. Like, bro,
yeah.
there's no way you should be sitting here like, okay, Tiffany, great talent,
Hmm.
but me, if I'm in the PC help train you, bro, you should not be dethroning me in a month.
Yeah,
It's just not how that shit works. Like she's
yeah.
popular as hell. I get it, but bro,
She'll
I'm a
be
vet.
popular in 2 months, 3 months,
Right?
four
Yeah,
months.
she'll always be popular, bro. Everybody's always gonna
Yeah,
think it's tippy top. Tippy top. I'm sorry, I'm hiccuping, y'all.
yeah,
I don't know it happened randomly, but um, with Bailey, bro, like if she agreed to put EO over, it's like,
hmm,
can I at least tell the story first before y'all
right.
put this person over? If y'all gonna put Tiffany over, can I at least tell my side of the story first? First, there's always
Yeah,
two sides of the story, bro.
yeah,
It's always two sides of the story. And sometimes you need to go into business with yourself. Cody Rhodes went into business for himself. If he
yeah.
didn't, there's no guarantee that he's an undisputed
Ever gets that
champion.
championship? Yep.
Right? He might have been the Raw champion, which maybe would have
Yeah,
happened. But the dominoes, even the
it wouldn't have been
dominoes
the
would have
same.
failed because then Seth would have had to come back and be like, "Yeah, I guess Cody can beat me for the fourth time." That's one of them things that's
Yeah,
egregious. There's no way you sat there and let them tell you that that man gonna beat you 3 times, bro. There's no
yeah,
way.
yeah,
There's no way, bro. And maybe it is good for the company to show that Cody was like that. But me, Reed, the man that I am, if they would have sat me in a meeting, hey, Triple H needs to talk to you. Yeah, man, we're gonna have Cody Rhodes beat you in a Hell in a Cell with his torn pec. Fuck no. I would have looked at them and said, "Give me something else." He shouldn't even be
yeah,
wrestling. And on top of that, y'all
yeah,
gonna have him beat me? Fuck no. Give me somebody else.
yeah. I
Give me
feel you.
somebody else. Cool. Now the Mania one makes sense. Yeah, Cody's gonna return and beat you at Mania. All right, fine, cool. Congrats to the kid.
Yeah,
But that second and third time,
yeah,
even the second time, I would have been like, all right, bro, y'all
yeah. The
just had
second
him.
time was like, that's
Y'all,
OD.
all right, y'all just had him beat me at Mania, bro. What else? What more could Seth freaking Rollins do for this dude? Cool.
Yeah,
It kind of baffles me with like how they do
yeah,
them. Like
yeah,
with Seth Rollins, like Seth, we need you to lose, but when it come to Roman, they like you can beat Roman.
yeah.
Roman, you can beat everybody in the company. You can squash everybody in the company. When it comes to
Can't
Seth,
be Seth.
you can't beat Seth though.
Yeah. The
But
loyalty and sometimes the lack of loyalty is always jarring to
baffling.
me.
It's baffling.
Like, like Bailey is never gone. I can't remember Bailey ever leaving for a show. The only time that she was gone was when she tore her ACL. Um, Seth is never gone. He was gone for injuries, but always comes back early from the injuries. Um, he was doing the Marvel movie that fell through, but outside of that, he's always there. Um, even when he had just had his kid during COVID, he was still there weekly. Um, and it's like you have guys like that. You have guys like that, and girls like that that are there consistently and always put the company first, always put other people first. And at a certain point, it's like you have to be able to like put your foot down and be like, I can't keep doing this because if I keep doing this, this is what my career is going to be for the rest of my life or for the rest of my wrestling career. Bailey's going to be a Hall of Famer twice. She's going to be in for Four Horsemen. She's going to be in for her career. But her career, when you look at her accolades versus um, Charlotte and Becky's, they're never going to line up. Like hers are closer to Becky's because Becky doesn't have as many title reigns as Charlotte does. But when you look at Charlotte and Becky, like the main events they've had, the WrestleMania main events, like there's things that Bailey should have also had that they're missing. Like the fact that they never did the Fatal 4-Way with the Four Horsemen is asinine to me. Like missing out on the Shield triple threat at WrestleMania is asinine to me. Like there are just things that you should have had happen, and you may not get those opportunities now. You may not ever get that triple threat match. You may not ever get that Fatal 4-Way match, and both of those matches would have been matches that told like would have been told for the test of time. Like those would have been matches that people talked about years and years down the line. Like, oh my gosh, like that fatal 4-Way with the Four Horsemen. Like people waited for that for years and years. Like we've seen them come up through NXT. Same with the Shield. Like we've seen them come up from 2012 to now. Like, but like even a guy like Finn Balor, like he's re-signed with the company multiple times, even though he hasn't been the best booked. Kevin Owens at one point looked like he might leave, and he re-signed, and it ended up working out for him. But at the same time, he still hasn't gotten the things that he deserved. Like he should have been a world champion at some point in the last 3 to 4 years. Like the work that he's done from COVID to now has been impeccable. And again, the being loyal and being the good soldier works until it doesn't because Kevin Owens has done a great job and now he's got a fucking neck injury and we don't know if he'll ever wrestle again. So when you look at his accolades, when he's done, the only time that he was a world champion on the main roster, he lost that shit to Goldberg. And that's what happens when you're a good soldier. Now, at that point, he was only there for like, I don't know, a year or two on the main roster, and it was Vince. Vince wasn't going for Goldberg losing that at that point because he already had the makings of Goldberg and Brock at WrestleMania. But even like a Finn has one world title reign. He got hurt in that shit. Wasn't his fault. He got thrown against a barricade, which has happened to multiple other people. His shoulder tore. He came back, never got another world title.
Right.
When you're the good soldier, you never know what's going to happen or what's going to change your situation. Like,
because you're always rolling with the punches. You never get to call your own damn shot, bro. And the company changes too often, and there's too many
yeah,
people that call their own shot. And that's what I'm
yeah,
trying to tell. Like, that's what I'm trying to speak on when it says like Bailey, bro. Like, if it like she's much better person than I am, bro.
yeah,
Much better person. Because if I would have seen Becky, I'm not gonna lie. 9 out of 10, I probably would have wanted to smack the shit out of her, bro. Because it's like,
yeah,
bro, we came up together. You know me. You know my career. First of all, you know I don't have any direction right now.
hmm
And you're gonna come in here and be like, I want that match, and I'm gonna turn
and I
heel the
want that
next
story
night. Yeah, I'm gonna turn heel the
because that was
next night.
literally Bailey's story.
And we seen it, and we were looking forward to it. I was like, okay, Bailey's gonna have another heel run. She's probably gonna be the IC champ, and we're
Yep,
gonna get to do it correct this time. I said that word
yep,
for word on this pod, which is why y'all need to be tuning in. Said that word
yep,
for word on this pod. But now, instead, I get a Seth Rollins heel turn, which was great. But I seen
hmm
Becky in the back reacting
yep,
happily,
yep,
knowing she about to be heel, and then she turned
yep,
heel the next night. So now
yep,
it feel like my top wasted unless she joins that faction, which
hmm
y'all didn't even have to do. Y'all could have just brought her in.
literally,
So now Bailey getting wasted for low key no reason.
yeah,
And now we sitting here wondering, and this is the thing that I be feeling bad about, and that I don't be thinking about. This is somebody's favorite wrestler, bro.
yeah,
And it's like Seth Rollins is a little different because it's Seth. Seth
Mhm.
always gonna be in that scene, regardless if
Mhm.
he taking L's or not. But this is somebody's favorite wrestler, bro. Like Bailey's legitimately
Yes.
somebody's
Yeah.
favorite wrestler,
Yeah.
and they didn't get to see her at the biggest show of the year.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all, for absolutely no reason. That's
Yeah.
ass, bro.
Yeah. Bailey's my favorite
Somebody.
women's wrestler of all time. So I'm like
So you're one of
taking
them,
her off, taking her off, taking Ray up. Now, obviously, Ray got injured, but it's like, damn, like
right?
if you look at it in that perspective, like AJ lost to fucking Logan Paul, Bailey got taken off the show, and Ray didn't make the show either. Like, damn, like what the fuck am I even here for at this point? Like,
Now, right. Then that's what I was about to say. Like, if y'all anything like me, I buy stuff in advance because it's like I rather buy some in advance and
yep,
knowing I got the money up front than trying to do it
yeah,
later. Obviously, that's an adult move.
yep,
But if I would have paid a band to 2 to 3 to 4, well, probably would have been like four
yeah,
bands because I got to fly
yeah,
there.
yep,
If Bailey is my favorite wrestler, and now let's say I bought these tickets near SummerSlam, or let's say I bought my tickets near Elimination Chamber.
hmm,
Like, yes, would it have been my fault? I mean, Bailey didn't have kind of no clear direction in Elimination Chamber, but
right,
it's like I would expect her to be on that card.
hmm,
And she didn't have no injury, and she just got rolled off the card. I am livid, bruh.
yeah,
Sorry, excuse me. I am
yeah,
livid. It's not fair, bruh. It's not fair. Life's not fair. But at the end of the day, bruh, is that really what you trying to tell your fans? As somebody that's been there day in, day out, not only
yeah.
on Raw, not only on SmackDown,
SmackDown,
she was
NXT,
on NXT. She's on 3 shows, bro. It ain't like Bailey's 20. Bailey up there
right,
just with like the rest of them, bro. There's not many
right,
chapters left in her book, bro, and we're doing this now. That's why I love the Karrion Cross angle, bro. The save professional wrestling shit is so dope. Like that's so
yeah,
low key, such one of those a good storyline because that's your character, Reed. Like when
yeah,
Cross is running around backstage doing, that's something you would do,
yeah.
and that's hilarious to me, bro. Like I'm like, this is funny. Sorry, because we do this on
And
the
it's the
show all the
perfect story
time.
to go against what Cena's doing.
Exactly, it is.
Literally doing the exact opposite. Like he's trying to ruin it while carrying on the other side is trying to save it. And he's called almost everything that has happened over the past 2, 3 years.
Yeah, he has, bro, and he used the right person. Like starting with AJ Styles, it's a perfect person to
Hmm.
start with. Because like, bro, you people don't remember. Like the crazy part about it is, bro, like while we were in that 2016 reign, 2017 like area, I thought AJ Styles title reigns was one of the best I've ever seen.
Hmm.
Fast forward to 2025, bro, we barely like people barely talk about it, bro, and it's sad.
Hmm.
How? It's because of the momentum that y'all. It's because of the momentum that y'all like that y'all carried
Yeah.
him on with, bro. Nobody talks about it. All we know is that AJ Styles is a really good in-ring performer right now
Yeah.
within the WWE. Once he retires from WWE, can we even say he was a WWE legend at that point? Like, can we actually say that? Like
I guess because he made it
to
10
us,
years. Like by that point, he
right?
would have made it 10 years. So yeah. And he'll have moments that you can look back on and be, okay, this is a legendary moment. Like this would be a moment that you can't tell the story of WWE from this time frame without AJ Styles being it. That's how I look at legends.
That's how you look
Can
at
you
legends.
tell? Can you tell this time frame of wrestling and WWE without this person's name being in? You can't. Okay, they're legendary because, like, while say someone like MVP, like the MVP and Matt Hardy storyline, one of the greatest storylines in the mid 2000s, in my opinion. But people aren't going to tell that story when they're talking about, unless you're talking about like SmackDown specifically. Like if it's a SmackDown documentary from 2003 to 2008, 2009 ish. That story is probably in there. But if you're trying to tell the story as a whole of the mid 2000s, that story doesn't end up in there.
Okay, so by technicality, AJ Styles would be a legend.
Yeah, in my opinion, because they're going to have the gender one, they're going to have the Royal Rumble moment, they're going to have the Cena 16 moment, they're going to have him versus Finn, because that at that point that was crazy, and it was like out of nowhere. Like that was kind of, I think someone had got hurt, so they put in AJ and Finn. Um,
which they should have reunited the Bullet Club literally on
They
TV, but
should have.
they
Yes, they
didn't.
should have. Then you have Boneyard match. So that's at least 5 to 6 things right there. Then you got the Roman Reigns match at Extreme Rules, and so like there's 6 to 7, maybe 8 different things. What's good, Alex? What's
My
good,
boy
Alex?
Alex,
Welcome.
it's good that you don't know how you got here, but I'm glad you decided to stay.
For
Welcome
real.
in. We talk about wrestling. Honestly, this whole if you subscribe to this platform in general, you're gonna get to see NBA coverage, WNBA coverage, wrestling coverage on Saturdays. Um, I mean,
Football coverage, football
football,
season.
everything, bro. College football, whatever you want. Shout out to MMG if you like all of that stuff. But if you specifically like wrestling, Saturdays is the place you're gonna be, and also our TikTok. We just got verified to go live on TikTok, y'all. So that right there, you clap it up for that. Shout out to Reek doing wonderful, wonderful things over on the TikTok side. Um, I welcome in, bro. We're just talking about a legend or not legend. We don't know yet. Well, Reek stamped him as a legend. I think he's a legend because of things that I loved AJ Styles, or I still do love AJ Styles. But let's say he was never TNA, he was never any of that. Just WWE. Still a legend.
A WWE legend, yes, in my opinion,
Okay.
because you can't tell the story without him. Like, I think even at this point, Kevin Owens, you would consider a legend because you still, if you count NXT, you definitely can't tell the story without him.
Oh yeah.
Um, if Adam Cole was still here, I would say Adam Cole probably is in that category almost. I think Finn is on like the outskirts of being considered a legend. Um, just because he doesn't have as many moments as Kevin Owens. Like Kevin Owens has a ton of
No,
moments.
Kevin Owens got a
Like
lot. Kevin Owens is a stamp.
like
Him and Sammy are
Kevin Owens
stamps.
got hella moments. Yeah, Sammy's got hella moments. Like um even Drew McIntyre at this point, hella moments. Like he'll be considered a legend by the time that he is done. Like I think legends are like, does their name stand the test of time? Like when we start talking about wrestlers that are going to be, and then like if we were to do a top 25, like what do we think the top 25 wrestlers of all time would look like in 5 to 6 years? Would those names be in there, or would their names be in the conversation? I think that means you're a legend, in my opinion.
For sure. Definitely a
Because
legend.
a guy like Drew is going to be in that conversation, and even on the women's side, like all four horsewomen, like I said, I said this while you were gone, but all four horsewomen are going into the Hall of Fame strictly off of the group, and then they're going in individually. So that already makes you a legend. Just be like just the NXT stuff. Um, and then I think even like when we've seen other people get put into the Hall of Fame, like they consider like Kelly a legend, and I think AJ Lee did way more than Kelly did, but in less time. Like if we think about it, AJ Lee was really only on the main roster for maybe 3 years. Like she was on the main roster, she was wearing the plaid attires, and then um, had the stories with Punk, Bryan, Kane, Cena, and then she was with Dolph and Big E, and then she was the champion. She had that reign, and then shortly after that reign ended, she walked away from wrestling. So it's like she had a 3 to 4 year reign, but you can't tell the story of women's wrestling without AJ Lee.
Absolutely not.
Like you can't tell that story without Mickey James, can't tell the story without Trish, can't tell it without Lita, can't tell it without Beth Phoenix. I would argue even Michelle McCool. Like you can't tell the story without a bunch of them. And then I don't know. I just feel like you when you have someone that has like legendary moments, like Kofi's a legend. Kofi's had so many different moments from whether it's Royal Rumbles, Kofi Mania, New Day. Like Kofi is in that legendary category just because he's been there for that long and he's had so many different chances to have those moments. Even the Randy Orton story, like that's something that people are always going to go back to when it comes to Kofi. Is like that story where Randy should have put him on a different level in terms of like where he was on the card. Obviously, things didn't work out because Randy was a different person at that time. But um, if things go differently, like Kofi's an even bigger legend than he is now. He's already a legend, in my opinion.
agree. I think my whole point was it's sad that those creative characters are on the infringement of being a legend due to the booking
Mhm.
or lack of booking with their peers, especially the people that was popular at the time. Like KO was popular in 2015, 2016. Sammy was also popular in 2015, 2016. Like all the people on the outskirts of when John Cena was kind of leaving or kind of exiting the phase and they stepped up. It's not fair to them, bro.
Yeah.
It's not, especially for the women. Like now, the women like Bailey's is much more worse than anybody in the history.
Hmm.
Like in my eyes, because
Yeah.
she helped build a whole other side of your company, bro. And it's like
Yeah.
now we have more talented women, but it's like you're not gonna show love to the woman that started it or helped build it. Like that's crazy to me. Like
Yeah.
especially like her best friend did. Like I feel like you don't consider that, bro. Her absolute, bro. They call each other soulmates, bro. Like and
Yeah.
wife and all kind of stuff. And y'all
Yeah.
like, and she bounced and she stayed.
She stayed
She even visited Mercedes across the world, bro. Like
multiple
and
times.
watched, and people thought Bailey was out. Like, oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
out, and she stayed. Sorry.
Yeah.
And not only did she stay, but she's helping continue grow your talent, your younger talent.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna write her off the biggest card of the year. Even deeper than that. I hope y'all cut her some bread. Like I hope y'all at least was like, okay, we're still gonna give you a WrestleMania check, but you're just not gonna be on the
Right.
show. Like, hopefully y'all at least gave her
Right.
some bread. But damn, word. Hey man, that's just what we living in with it. I guess this was much more of a grievance pod than it's a new season, so we had to get our grievances out now that we can focus on the stories that are ahead. So
Yep.
I appreciate y'all for sticking around for those. Reek, anything else? Anything else, my brother?
Um.
If we don't cover
mm,
everything now, when I get to work and if we're dead and we're slow, I would actually consider doing a live TikTok. I don't know. We'll see. If we didn't get everything covered now, I gotta get to work first. See what the business is. It's my first day alone at the job, y'all. Shout out to me. Um, but yeah, bro. Anything else on our YouTube portion?
um. I would say. Um. I'm surprised that Fraxium is going to SmackDown. I feel like Raw could have used them. SmackDown feels like they already have a bunch of tag teams, but maybe they felt like they've all been going back and forth for so long that it might feel stale, and then the draft might move some people around. So I can see why they would do that.
I hope the Street Profits
Jaden
go raw.
Tiffany,
Okay,
hmm, I'm not mad at that.
they're must see though.
Um, they really are. They really are. Jaden Tiffany had a pretty good match, in my opinion. Um, I thought Drew and Damian Priest was just gonna be a one-off. Apparently, that's not happening. But I think it might end up being just a fatal four-way, which I'm actually not mad at. Um, and then Aleister Black return. So I was definitely hyped about that. And he came back with the same entrance music, same kind of or same, style entrance from his first time in WWE. So I was happy about that as well because I'd have been pissed if they changed the song because that song is one of the ones. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for a lot of what WWE has going on. Obviously, like you said, a lot of this episode was talking about what we wanted to see and what we didn't like necessarily. But there's also still a lot that's going on that we are enjoying. Like I'm glad they didn't use Mello as the guy for Aleister Black to turn on, or like not turn on, but hit with the black mask. I'm glad it was the Miz and not Mello because that would piss me off. Um, Shout out to Zelina Vega becoming the new Women's United States Champion. Feel a little bad for Chelsea Green because again, this is a match that could have happened on WrestleMania. Like I
Yeah,
don't see why this didn't happen on WrestleMania, but um, happy for Zelina Vega. Like she finally got her moment to be a champion. And she's another one of those characters that have been there for a while, and it's just been willing to do whatever they've asked. Like Liv at one point was like, "I'll go out there and make someone look really good," you know. And Liv, you know, was able to get out of that spot. I don't know if Zelina will. Um, but I would love to see it. And it looks like Naomi and Jade will have that second match at Backlash. Maybe the
Hell yeah.
culmination is Evolution. And it looks like Tiffany and Nia are running it back. I think that's a way to try to really get Tiffany over as a face. Um, Not over, but like really solidify her as like
Right.
a
Because
face. So like they have to like finally get to this
great.
story where like you were doing this to me. This is why I did what I did to you. Because you have to get at some point you have to get sympathy for Tiffany to make it seem like she's really a babyface and rather than her just being a babyface.
Right.
Because when she turned, she was the face in it, but she also did the heel tactic kind
To
of
win it.
to win it. So it's like it's still like she's still in that tweener mode. Like you have to choose which one you're going with. Like, are you going with her as a heel or are you going with her as a face? Because even her promos go back and forth, in my opinion. But when you put her in there with a Charlotte, Charlotte was supposed to be a face when she came back. Don't know why. Then she had to switch to a heel because the fans weren't feeling it. And now Nia is like that. Is that like the biggest women's heel in the company at this point? I would say. Like you put her in there, the crowd is gonna boo. She's gonna talk shit to the crowd. She's gonna talk shit to the opponent. She's going to make Tiffany step out of that like tweener role and go all the way into the face role. So I'm curious to see how that big build goes as well.
I also feel like they're trying to, I don't know, like get Tiffany back with somebody she's comfortable working with.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
feel that.
her matches have looked, even the match last night with Jade was kind of like she was kind
Mhm.
of botching a little bit, and I'm like,
Yeah,
like maybe they just want to reel her back in a little bit. Like, hey,
right.
we're gonna slow it down, go
Yeah,
back to the basics with Nia. You don't have to do too much. Like, you kind of have to push
yeah,
the pace of that match. So,
yeah,
so maybe they're trying to get her back to the
yeah.
basics.
Her and
But
Jade is a weird thing to throw in
it was a
on
clunky match,
SmackDown.
no cap. It
Yeah,
looked like
yeah,
some of the spots were dope, but I was like, oh man, like you
yeah,
can kind of both tell they both still like
hmm yeah.
finding a niche with it,
There's no
honing in their
neither
craft.
one of them had like way more experience than the other. It was like trying to
Right,
like help the other through the match. Like they were both just trying to get through the match instead of like
right.
making sure that everything went well. And that's where people like Bailey and people like um Zelina live. Like those kind of people are that good because they can and Naomi too. Like they make sure that everything looks good both on your side and their side. So when you put two people that are in there that are relatively new, relatively fresh to a big spot that they're in, it's not going to look as
Nearly as
natural
clean.
as it should. Yeah.
Right.
And the ladder, the TLC match might be the match of the year
Oh yeah,
to this
man.
point.
I can't believe I was about to run out of here without even mentioning that shit. But I just feel like that shit was crazy. Like,
Yeah, that was nuts. Shout out to all of them because there's no way they
honest,
didn't come out of there
honest,
unscathed.
right? Honest to God, bro. Like, even when I saw Montez do the springboard front flip over onto the table,
Yeah,
I was like, rough, rough landing.
yeah,
Like, even
yep,
the white noise when Ciampa put him through the ladder, I was like,
yes,
rough. I was like,
yes,
rough landings, bro.
yes,
Like, but
yes. Even when he did his flip outside the ring and landed on was it
that's what I'm
Saban
talking
or
about.
Shelly?
That's what I'm talking about.
When
He kind
he
of landed
his
on his butt a
arm,
little
he
bit.
was like,
Like,
ah.
yeah, I'm like,
I was like, I can't tell if he really hurt his arm or if he's selling because it was like, whoa,
he kind of overshot the table. I was like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah,
kind of landed on his arm
which
and
is
his ass.
crazy, which is
Yeah,
crazy because
he's
like
dummy athletic.
the fact that he was able to do that is nuts. Like I
But
don't know if I've ever seen anyone do that to a table spot
it's not surprising because bro, every
because it's
interview
Montez Ford.
I've ever seen, they be like, who's the most athletic? They be like Montez,
Montez.
bro. Like,
And if they ask women, they say Bianca.
right?
How the hell did y'all let that happen?
Yeah,
This could
those
be the most
whenever they,
athletic baby we've ever
I
seen.
would say whenever they decide to have kids, yeah, that baby gonna be crazy. Like, no cap. So him, like him and Javon, bro. The athleticism is like,
I need to see that match.
yeah, it's out of this world. But the crazy part about it is Montez is older. Like, Montez
Yeah,
got mileage on them
yeah,
knees, boy. So
they
like
really do.
he still be out there doing, cutting up like that is crazy. But I feel like it was a message, bro. Like, I think the tag team performers probably came together before the match and was like, bro, we gonna make this the
We
best
are about to
match.
fry.
Yeah, because like they left. they left us off Mania, bro. Like, fuck that. We finna
Yeah,
turn this shit up. And they
100%.
did, bro. They did.
Because there's no way Motor Machine Gun shouldn't have got a fucking WrestleMania match, man. Y'all debuted them early so that they could have a WrestleMania match, and they didn't get one. That's crazy to me.
Shout out to them for real though. I didn't know if I would be feeling like when they first debuted, I was like,
Hmm.
okay, like I see the hype, like they're cool. I didn't think I would actually like get to like their character, like their characters. Like they're
Hmm.
cool. They solid as hell. Like
Yeah,
I'm glad that they're a part of the tag team division. Honest to God, because they got still quick. Like
yeah.
so, I'm glad they're there. As far as Fraxium though, get him the
That
belts now.
worries
I
me.
don't care. I don't care who the champion is. Oh God, I'm switching up.
Oh, nah, we can't do this to the Street Profits, bro.
No,
We was
I'm
just
not
on here
switching up
for
because I said I want the
months.
Street Profits to be on Raw. I
So
do.
they take the titles of Raw, and then whoever comes to SmackDown, they take the titles, take the title from New Day.
That's fine. They're not
And
doing nothing.
you was just saying get them on Mania, and just that quick, you done switched up on them.
No, I'm not switching up on the New Day. It's just like, bro, it's
It's
Fraxium.
Fraxian.
Like, it's Fraxium, bro. They're the best team in the world in my eyes, bro. They're
Yeah,
fucking
I
nuts.
agree.
Like,
I agree.
I mean, half the time I was watching NXT, it was to catch
Yeah,
Fraxium, and
yeah,
I was deeply invested in the Fraxium is fine. Like, I was deeply
yeah,
invested in that. So, like,
yes.
sorry, but when it comes to the New Day,
I
it
agree.
ain't that I'm switching up on the New Day. I can see that they're not doing nothing with the New Day. They're
And that's
not
a
doing
fact.
nothing with them. Like
Yeah,
they won the belts, but like if the New Day
yeah,
just gonna run in and cheat and leave, like bro, y'all didn't even need to turn them heel. Like bro, y'all doing
yeah,
it's whatever.
yeah.
Fraxium, I was so
We had no
invested in
choice to put them
Fraxium,
out there.
I was mad that they was even considering like breaking them up. I was like, but you don't need to
Yeah, I was
break them up.
pissed.
I was like,
I
don't
was
break them
pissed.
up. I know they got together on accident, but don't break them up.
Hey,
Yeah, sometimes you find a
sometimes
diamond, bro. Sometimes you find a
that's
diamond.
exactly what I was about to say. Sometimes you slip and you like, damn, this might be the best thing that ever happened. That's exactly what happened when y'all put them together.
So yeah, nah, it ain't no knock on anybody. It's just I believe they're the best tag team in the world, and I'm like, bro,
That's fair.
it is what it is with them.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is what it
That's
is. They're
definitely
gonna
fair.
have to break up the SmackDown teams though, and I think that's what you're like. To your point, like they
Hmm.
want to add something new, but honestly, I feel like they should do a match
Mm.
with all three of them, or like all the teams that were just in that TLC, and like the losers
Luther
leave, bro.
leaves.
Yeah, loser leaves. Like
Mm.
we ain't seen a loser leave match in a minute. Like the last loser leave match I think I seen was Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns.
I know. Dirty on the
And
way out.
the crazy part about that match was I didn't even think DB was gonna lead the company. I really thought he was gonna go to the other show.
I did too. Now, I did see something. I don't know if it was last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Dan Bryan is not currently under contract with AEW.
Does he still want to wrestle though?
Just saying.
What would he do?
That's the question. That's the question. I think if he wants to work backstage, he would stay with AEW.
Mhm.
I think there's a strong chance he stays in AEW either way. Um, but I can still see him going back to WWE just because when he
I
left, it was
mean,
still Vince.
let's keep it a stat. Nikki Bella said her and Brie coming back. So,
And never mind. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna say that about that. But
but it's like, why would?
if they coming back to never mind.
Well, yeah, we not. Yeah, we ain't. We know they coming back to Evolution game. We know this already. That's why, and that is why you asked me. That's why I said somebody's getting left off that motherfucking card, dog. Like I'm telling you, I'm telling you. And we're talking about returns. And Nikki and Bree talking about returning. And, I mean, I don't think AJ is coming back, but hey, if she does, somebody definitely then getting booted off the card.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
let's just prepare ourselves.
Now, ooh, ooh, I can't do like this. W man can't remember the card. I was like, if Becky really aligned with them, and they have her in there,
Man, that's gonna be on that
every
card.
other week, fucking with CM Punk. Maybe that's where maybe the big money match is AJ and Becky of some things. And then at some point you can do Becky, Seth, AJ. That's 2 matches right there, but you just big money. You
That's
just
also a
big
Mania
money.
match. That's a Mania
I was gonna
match,
say
bro.
that's 2 main events, no matter where you at, for real, for real. So
And that's a good way to keep Seth. Like, I mean, if you don't want to give him the belt again, but still have him in the faction doing whatever, like
mhm.
that's a good way. Like, if you're gonna have, let's say, if you are gonna want to have Braun Breaker do 42 and be in the main event, then yeah, you can have Seth in an
Right,
opener or somewhere doing that match.
yeah.
Sorry, while Braun is in the main event, which I mean, I would assume he is probably versus
Mm. Wait,
Gunther, bro.
there was somebody that I asked about on Raw about their timetable. Do you think there's any chance that Ilya Dragunov is in this
You
group?
did, you did say that, bro. Ilya will be back, but I don't think they fast track him when he gets back. I don't think they fast
Because
track
that
him
would
when
be
he
really
gets back.
interesting.
I mean, honestly though, honestly, when Ilya, this might be what they doing, bro. Like Gunther take this long vacation, Ilya get back, they could match up early. Like you never know, you never know because like Ilya can be like, I forget what you did before I tore my shit, and then like they can
Hmm.
get active. But it's like I don't want to see that without a belt. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, for that. I
I don't want
mean,
to see that without a belt because
because we already seen Braun and Ilya a couple times, and it's like y'all just kind of wasted that match.
right.
Hopefully, by the time they like do it at a big PLE, people forget for real. But I
No,
didn't.
I really do think I do think Braun. I actually do think Braun will be in the main event at 42. Actually, like now that I'm sitting here thinking about it in my head, he probably will. And I think he's gonna walk in as the champ.
Mm,
I think he's gonna be the first champion of the group, first heavyweight champion of the group.
mm.
That's my bold prediction for them.
I have to see
I
what the
just don't.
rest of the group is.
I don't think Seth. Bro, Seth shouldn't. Bro, the character Seth should be playing now. I don't think he should even be near a belt right now. I think he should be collecting bread. That's what Paul Heyman's all about.
Mm,
Bread. He should be he should be pulling up, storming out your favorites and demanding bread. He should become like not like a tribal chief, obviously, but he should be like not saying he should even be a part timer, but there should be
yeah,
times Seth should come out there and like not in a suit and something like that, but bro, he shouldn't be ready to wrestle every week at all.
yeah,
He should be.
yeah,
I show up when I show up. You know what I'm saying? I'll
yeah,
wrestle when I want to wrestle. Y'all on my time now. I run the whole company now at this point. That's what he should be. That's what he should be on. And Braun should be the work. Like Braun should be out here. Like, look, I'm on here because I want to be the best. Like, I'm the
yeah.
best for business. I should be the champion. So, sorry, damn, that was a good one. But that's how I feel they should play this. I mean,
I
what
know like
else?
that.
Like, because Seth being champion right now, bro. Like, if let's say he was become champion, obviously he will elevate the belt further because they're a part of that big faction. But like, let's do it different, bro. Triple H was the champ when he
Yeah,
came in. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it
yeah,
different. Let's make the young in the champ. You know what I'm saying? Let's do
right.
it a little different.
Yeah, I can see
Sorry,
that.
but we got to figure out
Yeah,
who else is in the group
yes,
because
we do.
I mean, shit. I don't know.
That plays a big part, right?
It does play a
Of
big
how
part.
everything plays out. I
Drew
can't
has
wait
a
to see who it
chance, bro.
is.
Drew has
Drew
a
does.
chance. He
He
has a
really does.
chance because I don't think they're dethroning Fatu. And after he doesn't dethrone Fatu, what the hell do you do?
Yeah,
Are y'all really gonna have him go on a long feud with LA Knight? I mean, they kind of
nah,
got static, but no.
that's me.
Might as
I'm
well make
interested.
Drew, bro. And the if you want to make the group like it's already big, but Drew
Hmm.
adding social media to the group would just be
Mm.
crazy, bro. Like it'd be crazy.
Somebody else that I feel like could be added, like I said earlier, like it has to be somebody that Paul Heyman really likes. He just came back last night. Paul Heyman really likes Aleister Black. Like when Paul Heyman was doing Raw, Aleister Black was heavily, heavily featured. Him, Andrade, heavily featured.
Mhm.
That's something that I would keep my eye on too.
Okay, for sure. And that would be dangerous.
Just
We talking about dangerous.
as
That's
hell.
yeah, that's dangerous.
Because don't let him and Braun be a tag team at any point. Motherfucker just fade to black into a spear. Hell no.
I'm good. Like I said, I don't
I
got
should
time
say
for
that
that.
once. That's it. Just one time.
Yeah, just one time.
Little fade to black, spinning back here. Bing!
I think
Motherfucker
I'm
selling.
good.
While they selling,
Oof.
just one time. That's it.
I think I'm good on the OP factions, man. Y'all got to get that shit up. All right. The long faction reign should have ended with the bloodline, nigga.
Nah, hell no.
The last real champion.
Cap. Motherfuckers like Cap.
Hey, though, I meant to say this earlier. The WWE finally made their plans clear about what they're doing with Cena, kinda like, and what they're doing with this new last real championship. Like, I finally peeped game. I mean, we kind of knew what it was, but yeah, bro, they're getting rid of all that baggage history. Quite literally, that's literally what it seems like. They're getting rid of all the bullshit records, time. They're like getting rid of all the names. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
making a new one.
making a new one. Like Cena, they're gonna end their history with Cena. They're gonna end it with a good, like on a good note. What is what they're saying? But yeah, this is about to be a whole new era. Like he's telling Randy, you're gonna reset at zero. Like you're gonna reset. Like you'll be at one. Like that makes sense. So this new era that we better go on. Yeah. And I think it's gonna be more about reigns than numbers, like number of title wins. I think it's gonna be more about the reigns, honestly. Like Triple H, since Triple H is taking over, like I mean Roman was already in his reign, so I guess I won't count that. But
Yeah.
Gunther, long reign.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, long reign.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Seth, even long reign.
yeah, Seth was a long reign. Damian Priest held it for probably like 6 months.
3 4 months. Yeah. Is
Um,
it from what Mania to Clash? No, SummerSlam. So about 5,
about 5 months. Trying to think of
and then
others.
Gunther held it until then.
I'd say even Gunther's IC reign was long.
Yep.
Sammy's IC reign was
Short,
semi,
but it was because it was going
semi
to
like
Braun.
yeah, semi long, kinda. I'll say
I
it
mean,
wasn't.
he had a good little reign because it was like you had the Chad Gable thing, and then the first Braun match where it was like we were surprised that he won, and then the second Braun match where Braun gets the squash,
Right. So yeah, it wasn't long
and
actually.
then Jay had an IC title reign.
And that
She
was
had
short.
two, right?
That was
Or was
short.
it?
Just one. Right.
Yeah, it was one. It was Braun that had two title reigns because he beat Sammy, then lost to Jay, and then beat Jay.
The main titles be long. So
Yeah,
I think that's what he on. Like the main title runs wrong, but even still, like I mean, this is
even some
NXT.
tag team title reigns have been long.
Yeah, some tag teams title runs have been stupid long. Hell yeah. All right. Think I'm gonna go clock in, y'all. That's the end of Restless Wrestling episode 1 of season 2. Make sure y'all tune in for more, man. Make sure y'all go follow this TikTok. Make sure y'all go follow the
Yes,
Twitter. Make
sir.
sure y'all follow our personals. Make sure y'all sub to the channel. We almost at 500 on the channel, and we almost at 100 on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Let's run that up. We got
We're at
Backlash.
95 now on the TikTok.
How much?
95.
95, bro. I thought we was at 78.
Nah, I told you we gained 20 over the past since Saturday. And then we got like 5 more after I told you that.
Hey, so y'all doing y'all thing. That's basically what he telling y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
hitting
had
that
three
phone.
five, we gained 3 yesterday, 2 days ago. Yeah. I mean most of these say 3 days, 4 days. Yeah.
Hey man, almost at
We
100 followers on the top.
they
And
on
then,
that.
and then after we get to 100 followers on the top, we trying to get to 500 on the top. Then from
Mm.
500, we trying to get
Look,
to a
and they
million.
tell me again, live studios available now.
Live studios available now, man. So hey, one day we just gonna
Ah!
pop up and y'all gonna see us on the talk. So make sure y'all look
Mm.
out for that as well. Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all. New year, same us, same show, same goal. Y'all know how it go. And as we always say, rain, sleet, or snow, Restless Wrestling ready to go. All right, y'all. Until we see y'all again. And I gotta get rid of these hiccups. But love y'all. Reek, anything for the people. I know y'all doing some NBA, so ooh, y'all might see me
Yeah,
on there because it's looking like I'm about to have some free time because my Lakers tripping. So we'll see.
And we got big NBA reviews, NBA playoff reviews, I should say. We got some WNBA previews that are coming out, team specific previews that will be coming up and leading up into start of the WNBA season. So lots coming out on Multiplicity. Make sure, like he said, sell to us on here. Follow us on the TikTok at Restless Wrestling Pod. Um, follow Hoodie and the Headband on all socials, and
Yes,
just
sir.
be, have fun on the ride because unlike the Rock, we show up.
And if I send you a picture of the Rock, what that mean, Reek?
We
I
not
ain't
coming.
coming. All right, y'all. Much love, bro. We out. Hold on real quick.
You think you know me?
Yeah, we done with that. We gone.